Hey guys, today we're going to be working on Chapter 12 or Module 12, Lesson 1, which is page 295 in your student workbook. We're going to introduce convert customary measurements, and I'm going to work with you on your Spark Your Learning for today. So the first thing we do is our first read. It says Mount Rainier in the state of Washington is one of the snowiest places on earth. During one winter snowstorm, a meteorologist predicted 15.5 feet of snow out at Mount Rainier. Another meteorologist predicted 156 inches of snow. Which snow prediction is greater, and by how much? So on our second read, we try to gather notes for our what I know. So I'm going to set up my board here for what I know, and I'm going to write down things that I know. So it says Mount Rainier in the state of Washington is one of the snowiest places on earth. During one winter snowstorm, a meteorologist predicted 15.5 feet of snow. So one person predicted 15.5 feet of snow. Another meteorologist predicted 156 inches. So the other meteorologist did 156 inches. Then the question says, which snow prediction is greater? So the question is greater. And then the second question is, how much greater? Right? So it says, by how much? So I have here my what I know. I know that one meteorologist said it was 15.5 feet of snow. The other meteorologist said it was 156 inches of snow. The question is asking, well, of these two, which one is greater amount of snow? And then the second question is asking, well, how much greater is that amount of snow? So I'm going to work it out here in my workbook. And the first piece of information that we need to know is we need to know that there's 12 inches in 1 foot, or 1 foot equals 12 inches. So we know the conversions back and forth. So I'm going to start making my 156 inches into feet so that I can compare them that way. And I'm also going to tell myself, well, what is 15.5 feet of snow? So if 1 foot equals 12 inches, what is half of 12? Well, half of 12 is 6. So I know that the first meteorologist said that there was 15 feet of snow and 6 inches. So I'm just going to write that down for myself, because what does 15.5 mean anyways? So now I'm going to solve for 156 inches. So I want to make these inches into feet. So I'm going from inches to feet. The number is going from 12 to 1. How does it go from 12 to 1? Well, we're obviously dividing, because if we multiply 12 times something, it's not going to equal 1. So we're dividing 12 divided by what makes 1, and it is 12. So I have to divide my inches by 12 to see how many feet I will get. And that is what I'm going to do right now. So 12 goes into 156. Can 12 go into 1? No. Can 12 go into 15? Yes, one time. We subtract. We get 36, right? And we bring down that 6 after we get that 3. So 12 goes into 36. 3 whole times. 12 times 3 is 36. We're left with no remainders. So that means the second meteorologist said that there was 13 feet of snow, right? So the first meteorologist said 15 feet and a half, which we figured out was 15 feet and 6 inches. And the second meteorologist says 13 feet. So we've answered our first question. Which meteorologist predicted the greatest amount? So our answer is meteorologist 1. Okay, meteorologist 1 is for our first question. Then how much greater? Well, how do we find how much greater? We're comparing the two numbers. So we're going to compare 15 feet and 6 inches to simply 13 feet with no inches. Okay, so we keep inches on one side and feet on the other side. 6 inches minus 0 inches leaves us with still 6 inches. And then 15 feet minus 13 feet gives us 2 feet. So how much greater is meteorologist 1's prediction? 2 feet and 6 inches more. So we go back to our question. How much greater? 2 feet, 6 inches greater, Or we can use the lingo that they use. We can say 2.5 feet greater. I hope that you've understood today's Spark Your Learning, which again could be found on workbook page 295, module 12, lesson 1.